I am Reed. I am 27, just an average dude. I have made tons of money mistakes in my 20s, and now I want to share everything I have learned to help you take control of your finances and your life. All right, so here's the thing. You have millions trapped inside your laptop. I know that sounds like clickbait. I know it sounds like one of those weird internet scams your dad warned you about. But hear me out for a second, because this is actually the realest thing I have ever said on this channel. I saw a tweet the other day from some random guy. He said word for word, if you really dumb it down, every single person on this earth has millions trapped inside their computer. They just have to press the right keys to get to it. And at first I laughed. I was like, yeah, okay, buddy, sure, whatever. I scrolled past, kept doing my thing. But then like 10 seconds later, it hit me. I mean, it really hit me. I sat there staring at my screen and I said, wait a minute, this guy is literally 100% right now at this very moment. There's probably a business, maybe even $1 million sitting inside your laptop. And here is the crazy part. If you are like most people, you are probably using that same laptop to make somebody else rich. You are using it to consume, and not actually create anything of your own. I know, because I was that guy for years. Let me tell you a little about my story so you understand where I am coming from. I grew up in a regular middle-class household. Nothing special. No inheritance, no rich uncle, no connections to the finance world. I was just a normal kid who had no clue what he was doing with money. When I was 20 years old, I was a total mess financially. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was using credit cards to buy stuff I could not afford. I had this little voice in my head saying, you deserve this treat yourself, you work hard, and let me tell you, that voice is a liar. That voice kept me broke for years. I had no savings, no plan, no direction. I was just floating through life, hoping things would magically work out, and surprise, surprise, they did not. The turning point came when I hit like 23 or 24. I realized I was getting older and I had nothing to show for it. My friends were buying houses, or at least saving for them, and I was still figuring out how to pay off my credit card debt. I remember sitting in my crappy apartment one night looking at my laptop and feeling this weird mix of frustration and hope. I knew the internet was full of opportunities. I had heard stories of people making money online, but I always thought those stories were for other people, like the tech geniuses or the lucky ones or the people who already had money to start. I did not realize you could be just a regular dude with a regular brain and a regular laptop and still build something real. So here's what I want to do today. I want to break down exactly how I went from being broke and clueless to building a seven-figure net worth working from this exact laptop. No office, no team, no startup capital. Nothing but Wi-Fi and a skill. And I am going to give you real examples, not just vague advice. I want you to walk away from this video with a clear plan you can start tomorrow. But before we dive in, I want to talk about something real quick. I have opened up a free community for people who are serious about changing their lives. No upsells, no hidden costs, just a place where we talk about business, money, and life. I know a lot of you are already starting your own businesses, investing and making moves, and that is exactly who this is for. If you are the type of person who complains that life is hard and online money is a scam and you just want to work your 9 to 5 forever respectfully, please do not join. I do not want to waste your time or mine. But if you are ready to build something for yourself, come hang out. There will be monthly calls, random chats, and a lot of real talk. All right, let us dive into the video. I want to paint a bigger picture here. I want to give you some context so you are not going in blind. There have been 60 million people in 2024 that made some type of money online. Think about that number for a second, 60 million. That is not some tiny niche group. That is a massive global shift in how people earn a living. And this could be anything. Freelancing, digital products, content creation, coaching, e-commerce. All of it is built on one machine, a laptop. You can run ads, you can call people, you can post content, you can sell products. All of this stuff is done online, guys, and yet most people still think you need some kind of special degree or secret knowledge to make it work. You do not. I was stuck in this mindset for so long. I thought my boss knew everything and my job was the only way, even though I was working online. Even though in the later years of my career, I was working from home completely remote, fully from a laptop, I still could not connect the dots. I always knew there was some type of online money out there. I just did not understand how to grab it. And then one day I started working on my own projects, my own small side hustles, and I finally realized you do not need to be a freaking tech genius, dude. You need a computer, a Wi-Fi connection, and a skill. And if you really want to beef it up, a clear, quantifiable offer, that is all you need to be successful in this world. So let me break it down, simple 4 laptop money paths, and I am going to give you real-life examples for each one. Number 1, sell your knowledge. Education and coaching and consulting, everyone on this planet has done something that someone else will pay to learn. I do not care what it is. Guitar lessons, math tutoring, scaling ads, appointment setting, video editing, it does not matter. You can coach beginners, you can package your lessons into a digital product, you can do one-on-one calls. I personally love one-on-one in the beginning because you feel that real human connection, and it is very simple to start. I heard a story about one client who taught English to beginners over Zoom. Just English, something millions of people speak. 3 months in, she was making $5,000 a month from her laptop. $5,000 a month. That is enough money to quit your job, guys. You do not need to think about 10 grand or 20 grand or 50 grand a month yet. Do not worry about that. Just focus on your first few wins. Get that first $100, get that first 500, prove to yourself that it works. Then scale. Number 2, sell a service, freelancing, and skill-based work. Learn a skill like copywriting or video editing or graphic design or email marketing, then start offering it online. This is how most people get started, and it is how I got started. I sold appointment setting services and lead generation for a specific niche. That was my entry point. I did not have any fancy credentials. I just learned the skill, practiced it, and started pitching people. And here's the thing. If you can define a clear offer, this is the way to get rich in my opinion. Just my opinion. But I have seen so many people go from 0 to 6 figures in a year just by selling a service. You do not need to be the best in the world. You just need to be good enough to solve someone's problem. Number 3, sell attention. This is content creation and audience building. I would personally do this alongside something else. If you are documenting your life or your expertise through short form videos, YouTube, or a newsletter, all of these are content types. Then you monetize through sponsorships, affiliate links, or your own digital products. If I had one tip for starting out, it would be to start small, one short video per Dalton Y. That is it. Build trust and then offer value. This goes back to Gary V's book, Jab, Jabbed, Right Hook. I would honestly jab 20 times before even going for a small hook, give as much value as you can away for free, and then sell the implementation. People buy from people they trust. You cannot build trust without giving first. Number 4. This one is a hot topic right now. Sell digital products. Templates, Notion packs, PDFs, courses, Excel spreadsheets. People are making tons of money doing this. And it is the make it once, sell it forever model. This is why I love it. It is almost like digital real estate. You build it one time and it keeps paying you. Swipe files, courses, prompts, systems, these are all digital assets. I know a guy in the UK who generates like $250,000 in passive income per year from digital products. $250,000 off stuff he created once. That is the power of this model. Something to think about long term. Now here's the most important part of this whole video. You need to shift from a consumer to a creator. Most people spend 5, 6, 8 hours a day consuming on their laptop, scrolling social media, watching random videos, reading pointless articles, rotting away their own brain, honestly. But if you spent half that time creating value content, offer something you could actually bring to someone, that is where you make the most money. Even just one of those hours into creating your own stuff, you can make 3 short-form videos or 1 long-form video in that amount of time. All it takes is one swing, one piece of content, one offer, one conversation. That is all it takes to change everything. And here's what I do not think people understand. They think they have to go viral. No, you do not, guys. I was lucky. A few other creators in this community got lucky, but you do not have to go viral. Obviously, it helps. It is a great supplement to get you there faster, but I am not relying on these videos to go viral. If I just get a consistent stream of views, I am more than happy. You need to shift your mindset from being a buyer and a consumer. This goes back to basic financial principles. This is how people do not get ahead. This is how people get into debt. They are constantly buying stuff instead of actually selling their own time, their own products, their own ideas. That is the whole premise of wealth. Let me tell you about my own journey real quick. When I first started, I had no idea what I was doing. I was just a regular dude with a laptop and a dream. I tried a bunch of different things. Some worked, most did not. I failed at freelancing a few times before I got my first client. I made embarrassing videos that got 0 views. I sent cold emails that never got replies, but I kept going because I knew deep down that this was the only way out. The only way to take control of my life, and slowly things started to click. I got better at communicating my value, I got better at creating content, I got better at selling, and eventually the money started coming in. Not overnight, not in some huge windfall, but bit by bit, dollar by dollar. Until one day I looked at my bank account and realized I had more money than I ever thought possible, and it all came from this laptop. So listen. I am asking you to do something for the next 60 days. Commit to building, not scrolling. For every hour you consume, spend an hour creating. I am not joking. I try to do this myself, and even I am not very good at it sometimes. But do it. Set a timer if you have to block out distractions. Just create something every single day. Now let me talk about the tools you already have, the ones you do not even have to spend money on. This is the craziest part. You have 90% of what you need already. Google Docs, not just for productivity, but you can literally sell a Google Doc if there is enough value packed into it. Canva for visuals, graphic design led, Magnets content, Zoom for client calls, for closing people, for webinars, ChatGPT for content ideas, writing help sales pages. I would say that is the most important tool right now. You could build a whole business off ChatGPT alone. Maybe I will make another video on that. And then for processing payments, Stripe, Gumroad, Paddle, all free to you. You literally do not need money to start. If you are using money as an excuse, you are the problem, not your wallet, not your situation. You need clarity and consistency, not cash. Here's my challenge to you, the 60-day game plan to unlock money from your laptop. I do not care if it is your first dollar or $500. It does not matter. This is what I would do if I was starting today with $0 in the bank and I wanted real cash flow in 60 days. Step 1, pick one lane, skill, service, product, pick one thing and commit to it for 60 days. Do not jump around. Do not get distracted by the next shiny thing. Pick one and go deep. Step 2, package it into an offer. Not a resume, not a website, not this blah blah blah, an actual quantifiable offer. Here's what I will do for you. Here is how much it costs. Here's what you get. Simple, clear, direct. Step 3, reach out every single day. This is what I would be doing until the day I sleep. DMs, emails, content, cold calls, all of it. I do not care how. Get in front of people. This is what I did with my own channel. I brute forced my way to get views by sending DMs on Reddit and joining communities. There are school groups, Discord servers, Facebook communities, so many ways to get in front of people, not just with your own content, but with your products and offers. Use them all. Step 4, get feedback fast. Refine your offer weekly if you have to. Ask a ton of questions. Be like, hey, if I gave this away for free, would you buy it? Or is this just like a free product worthy? Be honest and ask your potential buyers that exact question. People love talking about their own opinions. Use that to your advantage. Step 5, keep score. Track offers, conversations, sales, everything. You cannot improve what you do, not measure. Write it down. See what works, do more of that, see what does not work. Stop doing that. It is simple, but most people never do it. And here's the thing. You do not need a ton of followers. I always talk about the 1,000 true fans concept, but you can dumb it down even further. You need 3 people to pay you $500 or 10 people to pay you $100. That is real income. That is $3,000 or $1,000 coming from your laptop. That changes everything for most people. That pays rent, that pays bills, that gives you freedom. Do not worry about going viral or getting 1 million followers. Worry about getting your first 3 customers. All right, I am going to end it here. I know I talked a lot, but I wanted to make sure you had everything you needed. No fluff, no vague advice. Just real talk from a regular guy who figured this out through trial and error and a lot of failure. If you made it this far, I want to see you in the comments. Drop a question, tell me what you are working on. Let me know which of these 4 paths you are going to try first. I read every single comment and I try to respond to as many as I can. This community is growing and I love being able to help you guys directly. And if you are serious about changing your situation, join the free community I mentioned earlier. It is the best place to stay connected, get extra tips, and talk to other people who are on the same journey. No judgment, no gatekeeping. Just people trying to build a better life. That is it from me. Go open your laptop and start extracting those millions. Peace.